Hello and welcome back to Floyd Fever. My name is Colin Wood.
And my name is Lucas Hunchman. It's been quite a while since we had our last edition of Floyd Fever, and we're really happy to be back.
Yes, Lucas, I'm sure many of us are excited to be here once again. Today, we'll be discussing a variety of topics, some of them being about Floyd Central's upcoming concerts, a local band, and much more.
Before we get into all of that, FCDM just happened last Saturday. To give you some info on the plans made for the event and much more, let's take a look into the decision-making process for that committee.
COVID restrictions have definitely made some cancellations this year. However, Floyd Central Dance Marathon is still in motion to happen on April 17th. I talked to Ms. Grants to see what changes will be taking place, how this is going to be a COVID-safe event, and what's going to stay the same.
I encourage all students to come out. We are still following all the protocols that they're used to in school, hand sanitizing, masks, social distancing. We're also reducing the amount of time for the marathon. We've cut it down to 7 hours from 9 hours. We are going to still hear from Riley families. We are going to have a lot of our same inflatables and games and activities. We will still be learning the morale dance.
With the times we live in, things were destined to change. But what isn't changing is where Dance Marathon will be taking place. Just like in years past, FCDM will happen right here in our very own school. And if that isn't convenient enough, there is no cost to attend. But if you would like a classic FCDM t-shirt, $20 must be fundraised. All you need to do is register online. And if you have any questions about registering or donating, you can join the FCDM Google Classroom with the code JMWXAY4. Once again, JMWXAY4.
It's amazing that they were still able to put on the event like that, especially during times like these. It's important that we were able to put that on because if we didn't, people would miss out on a lot of help they wanted.
I mean, I think it's great that we got to see so many people working diligently for that event. Now, if you didn't get to see it, we did live stream it, so do tune into that. And if you're ever wondering what's going on, you can check into that YouTube channel. Since we're on a roll about big events, let's see what precautions and changes have been made to have a successful in-person concert for the students in the FC Music Department.
Things are finally starting to get back to something closer to normal, and with that comes a bit more normalcy for the music departments at Floyd Central. Many concerts this year have had to be canceled or postponed, but now orchestra, band, and choir are getting a chance to perform.
There will be an audience, and it'll be in the auditorium, so that's normal. The string players will be sitting 3 feet apart, and the winds will be sitting 6 feet apart, so that's a little unusual. That's our coronavirus protocol that we're going to try to honor.
Of course, a change in concerts means that the rehearsals have had to be significantly different too.
Until just recently, we never had all of our kids in the same room at the same time, and we never, ever, ever had wind players in the room with us during the school day. We had to work on the music as best we could during the school day, make a lot of performance videos of individual students playing the music, and then meet at night for night rehearsals wherever we could fit everyone, sometimes in the rotunda, sometimes in the orchestra room, to get kids together to learn how to play the music together as an orchestra.
For the upcoming orchestra concert, there will be 4 pieces played, and all of the pieces have been chosen for specific reasons.
2 of the pieces are for adjudication. They're more what people would call classic pieces. And the other 2 pieces are pop pieces to fill out the program, although Some of the Heroes is a pretty hefty piece as well.
There's lots of great musical performances coming your way soon here at Floyd Central. To catch those concerts, you can see the orchestra on April 20th at 7, band on April 22nd at 7, and choir on April 27th at 6.
It's an exciting thing for all those students to be able to all play together in one area after not being able to have a full class for a year.
Yeah, it is, and not only did the orchestra get to play together, but the theater department got to put on their show first time this year together. It's called Descendants, and it was a great live performance, so let's see how it turned out.
A few weeks ago, the Floyd Central Theater Department opened its doors to the public to showcase their performance of Disney's Descendants, the musical. It's been a difficult year for the cast and crew as well as its audience due to the social distancing rules that limit the theater's capacity. Another huge change not regarding COVID protocols at all was the absence of director Rob Steiner. It caused a huge chemistry shift amongst the cast and was something they needed to adjust and get used to. I had a chance to sit down with Raven Prentice about the changes that occurred within the cast and how it affected them during class time.
We've had these assigned seats in the auditorium where the entire cast is spread out, like every 3 seats.
She furthermore went into detail regarding changes she believed would stick around for the future, not regarding COVID at all.
Ticket sales will be weird for a while, just because I know that there's some people that are still unsure about coming to see it in person. And on that note, I think that virtual performances will probably be popular.
Thanks to FCTV, we were able to broadcast and showcase their performance virtually. Despite the challenges, the cast and crew were able to make it work and put off an incredible show while overcoming every single challenge that came their way, which included phenomenal acting performances, even greater musical performances, and of course, as always, a beautiful set that was put together by the theater crew. Moving forward, the cast and crew are looking forward to the return of Rob Steiner. Floyd Central Theater has a history of putting together amazing shows, and nothing came close to slowing down or degrading this show in any way. And as the curtain closed, everyone in physical attendance and virtually was in awe, witnessing one of the most dedicated and persevering cast and crew Floyd Central has ever seen.
Our theater department does a spectacular job when it comes to making the most out of what they got.
And I'm sure many are thoroughly impressed. Now, there's a new upcoming band right here in the Floyd County, New Albany area called The Furniture Store. And get this, it's a band made up entirely of Floyd Central alumni. They're kickstarting their passion for music with hopes of making it big. Let's see what they have to offer.
Have you ever wanted to hear something new and fresh? A cool, crisp, clear sound to knock your socks off? Have you also wanted to hear something from locals? Well, I have some good news for you. There's a new band in town, and it's called the Furniture Store Band. This new local band is from the Floyd Snobs area, and are in fact actually FCN alumni. They started out the past year working on their own individual parts during quarantine, and as of lately, they've been safely getting together and actually practicing the music together. And they've been building up a new set list. I went to discuss with the band how they operate and what their plans for the future are.
Yeah, so for future plans, we're planning on releasing an original EP by the end of summer, and then we also have some gigs that we're trying to play this summer.
All right, how we practice? Well, what we do is that, we try to meet up together at least once a week, and it's most Sundays we'll even try to get a live stream out there. So what we'll do is we'll pick out a couple songs that we want to learn, 2 or 3, and then we'll go home, work out the parts ourselves, and on Sunday we'll get together a few hours before what we usually do our live stream, and we'll work out the songs and get them played.
Don't forget, you can actually find the Furniture Store Band on their Instagram page at the Furniture Store Band, where they do live streams most Sundays at 6. Hope you can join for the live streams. As for now, back to you, Lucas.
Thank you, Dalton. Those band members once were alumni, which that means they walked the stage and threw their caps in the air, just like many of our seniors will in a few short months.
Since senior year has been jam-packed with information on scholarships, class night, prom, and many other things, there's a possibility that some seniors miss an important date. Cap and gown pickup. Don't worry though, there's still time to get the material, senior.
With senior year coming to a close to the class of 2021, it's important that they are equipped with the things they will need for graduation. I spoke with senior Charlotte Brown on where graduation materials were on April 7th.
So starting Wednesday, April 7th, seniors can pick up their cap and gowns in the spine.
Any student who missed the chance to pick up materials can stop by their front desk and pick up what they need. Though graduation will look very different from years past, the green that these students will don as they walk the stage ending their high school career will stay the same.
I'm really excited to throw my cap in the air and finally walk across the stage and get my diploma.
Remember that graduation is May 29th, so don't wait and make sure to pick up your graduation materials as soon as possible.
Remember, if you missed your date for cap and gown pickup, you can acquire your gear at the front office.
For many, summer is seen as a time for relaxation, some chilling, but for others, money is on the mind. There's plenty of ways for summer jobs that you can make some money during this season, and we're just going to tell you that in just a few that you can do. Let's start with a traditional, well-known job like cutting grass. With cutting grass, you could go out by your own schedule and also help out your neighbors, friends, grandparents, and others. But if cutting grass really isn't your thing, working with people may suit you better. Local shops such as Berry Twist offer a fun job experience while also teaching important life skills such as customer service and working with food. We heard from Berry Twist manager Gracie Vanover to see what she has to say about their hiring.
If you're a basic employee at Berry Twist, you kind of do a little of everything from working drive-through to taking money to making things. One can usually get a job at Berry Twist by applying either before the season starts in the spring or about the time school gets out. So usually we hire in February and train people through February and March. And in the summer, if we need more people, then we'll hire, but we usually only hire in.
There are so many different job opportunities for you to look into, and we only went over a few. So don't be afraid to go out there and apply to the places that are hiring. Go out and make that money.
You know, after making all that money, you're bound to be spending it somehow on something, you know. Maybe on something like a Squishmallow. It's a stuffed animal company that has been taking the world by storm. It's this fluffy friend, or maybe just a fad, or a trend to stay. Let's take a look.
It's Squishmallows. Squishmallows originally came out in 2017 with a line of only 8 characters, only sold at Walgreens and only in 3 sizes. Now they are sold worldwide with over 500 different characters in a variety of different sizes, and teens cannot get enough. These squishy, adorable stuffed animals have gone viral and worldwide. It is absolutely crazy. They have gone through a massive reef around the roof, and it's absolutely intense. I interviewed random strangers on the dot to see what they think of this Squishmallow phase.
So why do you think that so many teenagers are absolutely obsessed with these?
I don't know, they're just like really fun. They're like squishy and cute. I don't know.
Overall, the amount of fan base that they have, are you surprised by that?
No, they remind me of a pillow pet.
So the new pillow pet, basically.
Yeah.
Why do you think that so many people like these so much?
They're super cute and they're nice pillows.
Okay, so fun fact. Did you know that there are chasers of different types of Squishmallows? And do you want to know the price of the rarest Squishmallow?
I did not know that, and yes.
Okay, the price of this rarest Squishmallow is over $3,000.
$3,000?
$3,000. You gotta love these things. They're adorable, right? Do you want to know how much Squishmallows have been sold in the past week?
How many?
About 50 million.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's amazing. Do you own Squishmallows?
I own one.
You own one?
Yes.
Which one do you own?
I actually own this one, so.
You own the charity one?
Yes.
Fantastic.
And there you have it, folks. The Squishmallow craze. Stay safe out there.
Squishmallows are a pretty interesting trend. Maybe I should get one to see what all the hype is about.
I'll tell you what's been crazy though, is this weather. The temperature's been all over the place. Let's check in with FCTV meteorologist Rose to see what weather and traffic is stirring up.
So as you just said, the weather has been crazy. Even though we're in spring, it's still going to be freezing. Let's see what this is going to look like for the next 4 days. So as you guys can see, the next 4 days are kind of going to be a little chilly. As you can see, today is actually going to be a high of like around 70, and our low is going to be around a 41. The rest of the weeks are probably going to be around the high of 60 and a 50. As you can see here, our lows are going to be almost in the mid-freezing range. So that just means make sure you have your warm sweaters on and make sure you guys are staying safe. Now let's check in and see what our weekend's going to look like. As you can see, Friday is going to be the exact same thing. All of them are going to be around a high of 60 and around 550, and our lows are going to be a 40. So just make sure you guys are staying a little safe and make sure everything's kind of covered up and make sure you guys are warm. Now, people who have allergies, you all know our flower is about to come up and spring's coming in. So that's to see what's going on. Our tree pollen is extremely high today and the next few days, along with our grass pollens, excuse me. So that just means make sure you guys, if you guys have allergies, make sure you guys are watching that.
Thank you, Rose. That was actually a lot of help. So, with that being said, I think we should go look into a little bit on the sports side of things. Michael?
Thank you, Colin. Given all that happened last year, sports now hold a more significant place than ever in the minds of students. Given all that's happened in the last year, they can bring people together that otherwise wouldn't associate with each other. They can bring them all together under one cause, to support their team. With fall and winter seasons over, spring has a lot in store. Starting with a school tradition unlike any other, the Turkey Bowl.
Hi, I'm Jackson Stamper, and thank you so much for joining me today. On today's topic, the Turkey Bowl, one of Floyd Central's great activities. The tickets are only $5 a piece, and the game is on Friday, May 23rd at the Ron Weaver Stadium at Floyd Central. And I cannot wait to see what these ladies have in store for us folks. Now I'm joined with Mr. Romig about the Turkey Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally a lot of high schools have the powder puff, football game for girls that play football. And I think years ago in Floyd Central, based on what I've heard, kind of the mythology and lore of it, is they used to have it around Thanksgiving. That's why it was called the Turkey Bowl. But because it was, football was still going on. So for various reasons, it was moved to the summer, okay, to make it more of its own kind of event. But it still kept the name, the Turkey Bowl. Okay, so that's why we call it the Turkey Bowl, because it used to be, before I even got here, more around Thanksgiving. So I think it's a good event, especially for the junior and senior girls and classes. Just another event to kind of rally around and give them some camaraderie within their classes. And then the juniors and seniors play, and then depending on who wins, the juniors either have to try to do better the next year and win, or try to stay the champion. So, and then the upcoming juniors are going to want to take that over if the juniors won the previous year. So I think it adds a lot of healthy competition between the classes too. But on the day of the game, you can go buy a $5 ticket and go into the stadium and sit in the stands and enjoy.
The Turkey Bowl isn't the only thing happening this April. The Floyd Central track team is starting their hunt for redemption, looking to reclaim the sectional throne they lost to a bitter rival just 2 short years ago.
These are the sounds of the beginning of a hotly anticipated season. It has been 2 long years since the Floyd Central track team has had a chance to compete, and they are chomping at the bit to get back at it. I interviewed senior Brad Harrison to talk about what the season in particular means to him.
It being the last year I'm going to compete in high school, it's kind of an important one. You kind of want to do as best you can, see the work you put in through the years pay off for you and everything. So it's definitely a big one for me.
Because of all that happened last year, the Highlander track team is more than eager to get back into the postseason. Their last season ended with a 17-year sectional winning streak being snapped by rival New Albany. However, this group of runners is looking stronger than ever.
Well, I know that a lot of us are looking pretty solid right now, and there's still a lot of room to grow, especially with the younger runners. But if they stick with it and put the effort in due time, they'll be where they want to be by the end of the year.
Seniors especially are taking this season seriously. With it being their last chance to run in a season, they are not going to let an opportunity to reclaim the sectional throne from their rivals slip through their fingers.
Obviously, the track team isn't the only team that lost their season in 2020. The softball team is preparing to go on a tear through their season when everything shut down after spring break last year. This year, they look to put that behind them and accomplish what last year's seniors didn't have a chance to.
Because of the COVID-19 virus, many sports teams had their seasons taken from them last year, one of them being the Floyd Central softball team. Nonetheless, they put in the work and took what they had to make the best of it. They had a promising season last year and it was stolen from them. Many of the seniors were unable to have their senior year. That inspired these younger players to continue and push through to make sure they ensured a great season this year.
Started in 2005 at Mercy Academy as an assistant coach in softball. Prior to that, I was a travel baseball coach for my brother. And the Mercy Academy coach was new to the game, or new to the area, and he asked me to join him there. He's actually at Duke University now. So this team is kind of getting the attitude and the culture of what I've been trying to build. I had it probably my last 3 or 4 years at Providence, getting it here in more of a team-oriented process is where we've been, and this team's doing a great job of it. It started with the last year seniors, the 2020 class that didn't get to have a season, but this group is really doing a great job. Our seniors are leading. We talk about servant leadership, and these seniors are really doing a good job, and it's starting to trickle down, which is what we want.
With only 12 players on the team having seen field time throughout the past couple of years, we wondered how this would affect the team. Also, would these seniors, who last time they stepped out were sophomores, be able to handle the pressure and lead this team to victory?
This year I'm a team leader, not just because I'm a senior, but because I'm a pitcher, and that is being like you have to be a leader on the field. So I have a loud voice in the field to tell people like where to go, what play to make. It's really weird because we have to put everything in a game perspective, even if we're inside, like in the cages, and then we have to just change our whole aspect of taking a year off and putting everything back into a game.
The softball team lost a few key seniors last year, but they leave a legacy for the team and the members incoming. Legacy is also something that the recently formed men's volleyball team is looking to form. Despite only being 3 years old, the team has already produced several students who have gone on to play volleyball in college. This current group of athletes is no joke either, and they have large shoes to fill.
Floyd Central High School boys volleyball has just started not too long ago, and we cannot be more excited for this team. We are excited for what they have coming up, especially with Coach Cromwell and his great game plan that he has coming. And it's not just me, the whole student body, everyone and members of the community staff, they're all super excited about boys volleyball since last year it did get cut short due to COVID. And just to show you some excitement, I met with PTO member Marsha Weaver to ask her a couple questions about her excitement and what her expectations are for this year.
Very excited for this season. As you know, COVID cut the season last year, but we have very hardworking kids that are eager to get back on the court, and I think this will be a great season of boys volleyball.
See, we are all very excited about boys volleyball, so one last message to the men's volleyball team. Good luck, guys.
Now, FCTV and Highlander Radio will be covering most of these events, but since we share a radio station with New Albany, not all of the games and meets can be broadcasted on the radio. However, there is one solution, the TuneIn app. TuneIn Radio is an app for iOS and Android, which can be used to listen to any local or big radio station you want. TuneIn also allows you to listen to any sports we broadcast through WNAS 88.1 Highlander Radio. Now, without leaving the comfort of your couch, you can enjoy any music, news, sports stations you want. Only one click away, the TuneIn app. Well, that's a wrap for FC Sports. Back to you, Colin.
Something you won't be able to find out on the TuneIn app, however, is Colin going to climbing hotspot in Louisville. It's called Climb Nulu, and he's actually going to run into his, another buddy there. So let's see what fun time he has there at Climb Nulu.
Oh! I didn't see you there. I'm Colin with FCTV, and today, for the final episode of Finding Paradise, we're taking a trip to Climb Nulu. So, let's go ahead!
Climb Nulu is a rock climbing extravaganza located in Louisville, Kentucky, just 15 minutes from here. Climb Nulu ranges from beginners to experts, so you'll never feel out of place. It's a cool, friendly environment for if you're coming here looking for either a workout or just to have some fun. I heard from one of the regulars and asked him about his thoughts on this awesome gymnasium.
It wasn't too long ago that it was my first time here. It's probably only like 2 years, but everyone's really friendly. Even if you're shy, people are going to kind of break through that. And yeah, pretty great. Love it here.
Now it was up to me to see if this place was really up to its hype. And someone else I found along the way. Lucas, what are you doing here?
Hey, I came to climb at Climb Nulu.
Oh, well, do you want to climb with me?
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, that was pretty cool. Lucas, what'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was really awesome here.
Yeah, and you too can have an awesome time if you come down to Climb Nulu.
See ya.
What a great way to end off the Finding Paradise series. If you are interested in going, you do have to make reservations, so just head on over to www.climbnulu.com and all the information will be there.
With that being said, the end of some of the high school students' careers are over. Many of us have had memories that will grow to treasure. Let's see what students will miss the most going into a new chapter.
Dr. Seuss once said, "Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory." As the year comes to an end, it's important to look back on our happy memories.
My happiest memory.
My happiest memory.
My happiest
My
memory.
happiest memory.
My happiest memory.
The happiest memory of this year for me was when I went on a hike with my dad and I found a lizard and I picked it up because it was cute.
When we look back on our years at high school, these are the memories we'll remember. The late night drives, the inside jokes we made with friends, and the endless nights we spent laughing with each other.
My happiest memory would be playing Mala Descendants and performing with my friends.
From cheering in the student sections to bowing in front of the audience, these are the memories we keep.
Even with the way this year has been, it's been amazing. So many students have been able to find treasured memories that will last a lifetime.
It seems we've covered a lot of ground here today, from graduation to jobs, climbing, and happy memories.
Yes, Lucas, I think it's been quite the show. What a way to go out with Floyd Fever.
As always, my name is Lucas Hunchman.
And I'm Colin Wood, and this has been
FCTV.